we are going to be examining 2 programs. This first one is called Study Synch. Please don't talk over me. Study Synch has some different features from Collections, which will be the other program that we do, okay? But all of them are standards-based, so I'll be showing you how we're going to be using it with standards-based instruction. Okay, so one of the components of Study Synch is this thing called a blast. Okay, how many of you have ever use the word blast? All right, blast. We're used to a blast being, you know, blowing something up, right? Boom, pow, okay? But blast can be different, can have different meanings. For instance, when you put someone on blast, what are you doing?
Making them mad.
Okay, you're making them mad? Why would you make them mad, Anthony? Why does putting someone on blast make them angry, Jeffrey?
It makes them angry because you talk about them, but
okay, but wait a minute, Jeffrey. Let's give that a little bit more description. Are you talking about them in a good way?
No, you're talking about them in a bad way.
So you're talking smack.
Yeah.
Okay, now last period I had someone saying, but sometimes they think it's funny. Sometimes they do, and you may think it's funny when you put somebody on blast, but really it's a put down, right? That's not the kind of blast we're going to do. There also is, you know, we use the blast with blast off to take off. When we blast out, we're putting forth, we're sending out something. Okay? What does it mean to, ladies, what does it mean to have a blast? I know you know, Jeffrey. Let me see if anybody else knows. Yes, Alondra. Yeah, when you have a blast, you have fun. So I'm hoping through doing this thing called a blast, you will have fun as well. All right? So you ready to find out what blasts are?
This slide gives students a definition of what a blast is.
All right. So a blast is similar to Twitter. We're going to be doing Twitter-like posts within the classroom. So when you do a Twitter, it's a very, very short idea that you send out. But you have to pick and choose the words and the letters that you use carefully, because those words and letters, you only have so many spaces. All right? So you're going to have to choose the best descriptive words. So for instance, last period I had someone use the word interesting as part of their blast because we got to that point. Thank you. We got to that point. The problem is, interesting is one of those words that's not very, over here. Interesting is one of those words that's not very descriptive. So you want to be descriptive so people can understand truly what you mean, because what's interesting to one person is not necessarily interesting to someone else. So you want to use precise language. Okay, your blast is going to be limited to 140 characters. Can someone tell me the difference between character and words? Raphael? Okay. Is it just letters? Could be numbers. What else can it be? That's right. Spaces and punctuation. So if you have the road, the space you put between the word the and road, that also counts as one of your characters. Also, your end punctuation counts as a character. And you're going to see that that is going to be required. So now you've only got 139 characters left. So 100, and it will not let you type any more than that. So real important that you understand the difference there.
This slide demonstrates what I expect from students for their blast posts.
So, Ms. Russo, how are you going to grade this? Well, the blasts actually go for reading, California Language Arts Standard for language 8.4, which is the language of that standard says you use capitalization, you use end punctuation, and it looks at sentence structure. So it actually is, this is actually standards based. I am going to use, and so your goal is Your objective, your goal is to write a complete thought, a complete sentence using proper grammar for your blast. All it has to be is one sentence. Some people might be able to get two, but that's okay. This is how I'm grading it. I am using my short response rubric for grading. It is worth up to 3 rubric points. Remember, if you get a 3 on a short answer rubric, it's 100 points. If you score a 2, it goes down to 85 points, which is a B. If you score a 1, it goes down to 75 points, which is a C, which is still passing. But if you score a 0, that means you get 0 points. There is no D. Understand that. If you're absent, once I start showing you how to log on to the site, if we're set to do a blast that day, you can actually do it at home or on your device. You're going to be able to use your cell phone, whatever device you have. The 3 rubric points, this is what you're going to get points for. You get 1 point if you use proper capitalization. For this first blast, I'm looking particularly at the first word of your sentence. Is it capitalized? When I went on NewsLA, still seeing uncapitalized sentences. Bad, bad, bad form. You need to make sure that you're capitalizing your sentences. All right? Second point that you could earn. So that's 75 points right there, just for capitalizing. And punctuation. That's the second point. So if you have a period, comma, question mark, whatever, not comma, that's not end punctuation, exclamation mark, period, exclamation mark, or question mark, then that's another point. That would be up to 85 points. Makes sense. Your blast must make sense. We're looking at for a complete thought, subject and predicate. Now, one of the things that a young lady did last period is she wrote it. It is because get into the habit of identifying your topic. So our topic, I'm just going to give you a heads up, is going to be the subject of suspense, and we'll talk about suspense more on Friday. Right? So instead of putting it, she needs to put the word suspense, and she had enough characters to do that. You want to be as precise in your language as you can for a blast because you only have 145 characters. Using it could be anything. It could be this book, it could be the computer, it could be my feelings for the day, it could be anything. So be precise. We're trying to get you to be more precise with your language. Are there any questions about the rubric? You have a chance to earn up to 100 points. Oh, hang on, Jeffrey, I'll get you in just a second. I'm also going to be giving, oh, no, I'll wait for that because that's the next slide. Jeffrey, real quick. Getting ahead of myself.
I know you're talking about never mind. I keep on saying
Okay. If you remember, let me know.
This slide introduces peer interaction requirements.
All right. So this is the other thing. This is the last slide. This is the other thing. You're going to do peer review. That's something we haven't done before, and you're going to get to do it on the computer. You're going to be shown how to see other people's blasts, and you're going to get to score them up to 5 stars. Up to 5 stars. You also will have the chance to comment. However, your comments must be appropriate. If your comments are not appropriate, you're like, this is stupid, this sucks. Or, or this is, even if putting this is good, this is a good thought. Give something more. That's saying something's good. They don't know what you mean. Yeah, they feel a little bit, okay, they liked it, but what specifically was good in what they said? You are not required to do comments, but you will be required to do the stars. Because the stars help populate your top 10 list. I'm going to start doing a top 10 list, and we'll be posting them of these blasts. So the best blasts will be in the top 10 list, scored by you, not by me. I'll do the initial score, because I'll do it real quick, but you all will be actually part of it as well. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving out tickets. If you make the top 10, I'm going to be giving out tickets for raffle. I'm going to be raffling off a pair of Harkins movie tickets at the end of the semester. Harkins, because it's in the local area.
How come we can't be Mexican?
We're not going to do the how comes. We're not going to do it. That's what I decided, and that's what I decided. A pair, so that means two Harkins movie tickets at the end of the semester. There will be other opportunities to earn tickets. It's not just the blasts, but this is the first one that I'm going to be having for that. All right? Are there any questions?
Oh, I got my question now. How are you gonna grade us?
That was the slide before that. So you're going to capitalize your sentence. You're going to do an end punctuation for that.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I am.
End punctuation. And is it a complete thought? And is it on the subject? By the way, putting I don't know does not answer the question. Okay? Putting a rap lyric, it does not answer the question. So you're going to see, we're going to be seeing on Friday, we're going to actually be looking at the format of what a blast looks like. And we're going to be getting you on Study Sync. All right, so any questions? Anyone excited? How many of you like to do Twitter?
I do Twitter.
A couple of you do Twitter, okay?
I know Sadiq does.
Jeff